free COD points, ain't got money. Stop using Razorback. Listen here, buddy. There's a link in the description. I want you to tap. Click that, earn points, download the app. Yo, what is up, guys? It's the Goblin, and welcome back to another Call of Duty Black Ops 3 video. Now, I figured because my video that I uploaded yesterday was about a gun that you should not use in Black Ops 3 and one of the worst class setups in Black Ops 3, I figured I'd have to come out with giving you guys a very good class and a good gun to use in Black Ops 3, and one that I really haven't talked about. Now, hopefully you guys will enjoy this video. It's going to be a longer commentary. I got some good gameplays here for you guys, and I'm just going to be doing, talking about some guns, talking about some Call of Duty Black Ops 3 stuff, and maybe even some Infinite Warfare stuff we get later off into the commentary. So if you guys could drop a like on this thing, if we could get 2,000 likes, obviously that is my goal. That would be absolutely awesome. So this gun has been in the game the whole time. Of course, they changed the name since the beta, but this is the KN44, and this is a gun that seriously gets looked over, but at one point in the game, I thought this was one of the better guns in the game, and they really never nerfed this gun, and it's good in all sorts of ways. This gun is one that can literally do everything for you. This gun can melt up close range. This gun can hit fire. This gun can kill people in medium range. Of course, that's probably its strongest suit, and it can kill people long range if you just tap the trigger. The recoil is very easy to control in this thing because it's simply just a tap pattern, which what I like to call a tap pattern or a vertical pattern is it just bounces up and down. That's how the recoil works on the KN44. Basically, just by tapping it slower other than holding it down, you can kill people at super long range. This is the gun that you guys are looking for. If you're looking for an all-purpose gun, it doesn't get better than this. Now, we have guns like the ICR, which I don't think are as powerful as the KN44, and we also have something like the Man of War, which just shoots way slower, and with all the nerfs to the Man of War, it's not nearly as good as it used to be. The only good thing about the Man of War is that it literally has absolutely no recoil, and that it's very strong. It has a very high damage sort of gun, or high fire rate, which equals high damage. I mean, they're very similar, because if you're having a high fire rate, you're going to hit more bullets, so it in turn could end up being higher damage. You guys know what I mean. Those basically go hand in hand, and when Call of Duty makes guns, they either make a gun that has, a lower damage with a super high fire rate, or a higher damage with a lower fire rate. It all evens out in the end for the most part, depending on how many bullets you hit. Now, the KN44, this is a gun that, like I said, this gun will do everything for you, and that's not a joke. This gun is one that is low-key in the game. A lot of people will say this is their favorite gun in Black Ops 3, and a lot of people will not even touch this gun, and that's because it's sort of a low-key gun. And basically, I'll give you a class setup for it right now. What I like to run with this gun is I like to run the red dot sight, because I like to have a red dot on this thing. You don't need that. That's all up to personal preference. You could use elo sight, you could use nothing, but this is the class that I'm using right in this gameplay. I have the red dot sight, and then my attachments, I have the same sort of 3 core attachments that I run on this gun that I've been running the whole year. These attachments still work wonders for me. It's stock, fast mags, and quick draw. These attachments work so good, and I'll talk about them in a second. And then, of course, for the perks, I just have first perk. Basically, I have either Flak Jacket or Afterburner. I think I had Flak Jacket on this game. And then I have, as my second perk, I have 2 second perks, Fast Hands, and then Scavenger. Let me talk a bit about the attachment stock here, because a lot of people, this is one of the things that goes along in my comment section below. I always read the comments, and one thing that a lot of people talk about is, do you really need stock in Call of Duty Black Ops 3? And let me explain to you guys why I think stock is super duper overpowered in this game, because it's the first game. Black Ops 3 is like the first game where we can use stock on pretty much anything. You can use stock on a sniper rifle, you can use stock on a an SMG. I mean, you could sort of do that in other Call of Duty games, because you would basically have it would be a stock or perk, or it wouldn't be an attachment. It's all different for different Call of Duty games, but in this game, stock is super powerful because the guns don't have that good of side to side swaying without stock, if that makes any sense. Your side to side strafing, you basically have no ability to do that without stock. So you throw stock on, and now a lot of people always ask me for tips on class setups, of course, and for aiming better. Now, a big tip I can give you guys is running stock can actually improve your aim. Now, that might sound crazy, but listen to what I'm about to say here. When you're using your gun, say I have the stock KN44 right here, most of the people that you're going to play in Call of Duty are going to be at sort of an eye level to you. They're going to be standing on the ground. Now, this isn't completely true with all these futuristic Call of Duty games that we have, and who knows how the next Call of Duty games are going to be. Advanced Warfare, it was kind of crazy. People were literally 100 feet up in the air, and it's sort of the same with Call of Duty Black Ops 3. But for the most part, I'd say we could all agree over 50% of the gunfights, people are still going to be on the ground for, and basically how you can take advantage of that is by using stock. When you're aiming, say you're holding your controller and you're using stock and you're trying to shoot someone, basically you can aim just by moving side to side. You don't have to move your aim, your right stick, by moving your aim all around, because that can cause you to have really bad aim. Basically, if the person isn't jumping up and down, you can basically aim on them just by moving side to side with the left stick if you have stock. And that's basically how I improve my aim, and how I win a lot of gunfights is by using stock, out strafing the enemies. Of course, most people in a public match won't even think to strafe to the side, and if their aim is just a little bit off, literally all you need is for their aim to be a little bit off, and you get that one extra bullet on them because you strafe to the side a little bit. That is how you win gunfights in Call of Duty. Call of Duty is a game that is all based on those super small fractions. You know, one bullet makes the whole difference in gunfights, and obviously there's ways to always win that. People have been doing jump shots, which is a very good way to do in Black Ops 3. I always recommend jump shotting when you see an enemy, because the enemy is going to have to aim, and they're going to have to aim on you, and you're forcing them to make the big play. Another one that people used to use back in the day on Call of Duty was the drop shot. Now, what the drop shot is it's basically, people would play with tactical button layouts, and I still play with tactical button layout to this day, which basically means that my right analog stick, I click that, and that makes me crouch and go prone, and my B button, or my circle button, it is on the PlayStation, that is my knife button, which basically it doesn't really matter because my knife button is actually on the back of my scuff paddle as well. Basically what this did is, back in older Call of Duties, before there were these double jumping and stuff like that, say in Modern Warfare 3 or in Modern Warfare 2 or something like that, you would do a drop shot. As soon as you saw an enemy, you would hold down that, or you'd smash your finger into that right analog stick. Obviously, it would already be resting on there, and you would lay prone as soon as you see an enemy, basically hoping that the enemy would shoot above your head. You drop under the bullets and be able to spray the enemy down, and that was the #1 tactic for winning gunfights in those games. Now, obviously, things change. A game like Call of Duty is pretty standard with the mechanics it takes, but every game is different, and every game there's those players that, you know, maybe were really good at this game but weren't so good at that game. I've been pretty good on most Call of Duty games, but there's always been, I find that for me, it's just the more time I put into the game, the more I try hard, the better I do with the game, and ones where I can hear enemy footsteps too are my best sort of games. But basically, drop shotting doesn't work anymore, because there's no point in drop shotting, which takes a second. You can instantly fly up in the sky, and that's why Advanced Warfare and Black Ops 3 changed that. No one really drop shots anymore. I'm sure some people still do it, but people do jump shots. But like I said, another way to get around this without even doing anything is just by running stock and strafing to the side. You strafe a tiny bit to the side, and the enemy misses one bullet out of their XR2 burst or out of their M8 burst, and you're still alive. You're not getting one bursted. You're going to win that gunfight. And obviously, once you win these gunfights, and gunfights in Call of Duty, it doesn't matter if you win the gunfight by one bullet, as long as you win it and you just sit back for a second, you will heal up your health so quickly. And that's one thing I absolutely love about Call of Duty, is that you heal up your health so quickly. I honestly wish it was even quicker in Black Ops 3, because the quicker you regen your health, the more the game would be appropriate for rushers. But basically, that's one of the great things that goes with the Call of Duty franchise, as well as, of course, fast-paced action, 6-on-6 action, small maps, kill streaks. I think kill streaks is the main original one that makes Call of Duty great, but obviously the fast-paced action and the health regen is absolutely good as well. So basically, if you use that strafe from the stock attachment, win that gunfight, you can strafe with stock, you can double jump, you can even try to drop shot, but I wouldn't recommend it so much in this game, because the one big downside to drop shotting is it gives the enemy the ability to hit that lucky headshot on you, and that's a lot of times how I would die, one off a nuke or one off a Moab on those Modern Warfare games, is I would be drop shotting, the enemy would just tiny bit follow me with their aim, or not even follow me with their aim, but as I was crouching down or laying down, my head was going down to the ground, and maybe my head would go right through their bullet, and that's how they would beat me. So that was unfortunate, and a big unfortunate thing about drop shotting, and that's why, jump shotting in these games are so much more easier, especially if you're playing on a button layout that works good for you, bumper jumper, button layout or a scuff paddle or something like that. Anyway, hope you guys did enjoy this video. Like I said, KN44 stock fast mags as well as the quick draw. This gun is absolutely insane. It'll do everything you want. It'll win gunfights at all sorts of ranges. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. If you guys made it to the end, comment KN44 down in the comment section down below. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for a cookie and don't looky. And if you guys could all drop a like, that would be absolutely awesome if you could hit 2,000 likes. And I'm out. Peace. Thanks for watching, guys. Y'all the best.